What's best you could take on that then?
The only watch I've ever got from an AD was from that shop.
Watch porn.
I think the Sprite has probably dropped £1,000 in value.
12mm on this one.
A Patek Philippe 18-karat gold money clip.
Speak of the devil.
Oh, I don't know whether I might just keep this one.
Cool, while we're rolling, I'm just going to join you opening these boxes and get some footage on this cam. Looks like a well-packed one. It's a bulging box.
That's what she said. Michael, please.
And the first watch is, thank you,
It's like a Breitling, but it's the older style.
Breitling, yes. So it's a Superocean, rubber strap, black ceramic bezel, black dial, chrono version.
It's got a rotating bezel, chronograph function.
Yeah, it's about 10 years old, and if you look at a new one, it's probably around 5,500.
How much do you think that would have been at the time of purchase? Or do you have a receipt there?
No, this is a receipt for service. I would expect around 3,000.
It's obviously coming in quite a bit under list.
So this is a very special watch. It's going to take a little while for me to open it. It's a blue Vacheron Overseas. It's a 5500V. This has all of the plastic and the stickers and everything that it will have originally had.
So that's factory wrapped.
Yes.
Normally you can see with this kind of blue.
Yeah, I think you can tell by how well it's stuck onto the case whether it was done by
Wow, look at that
the
inside.
authorised dealer or not. It's very difficult for me to show you how nice this watch is with all of the plastic on it. It's a watch that retails for around 33,500. So that's a 2022 model, and obviously it's never been worn. We will be selling it for around the 25,000 mark.
Whoever got that watch bought it right at the peak. 2023 would have been the peak prices.
And I think that the Vacheron boutiques made it very difficult unless you had an existing relationship with them and had bought a lot of other watches
and the blue
from them to get the blue dial.
It's got an unusual date placement as well. It's like 4 o'clock.
It's 4.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the nicest blue dials I've ever seen. It's the same as the non-chrono, but that's a very nice watch. I think the numbers that you see of Vacheron are very limited compared to some of the other bigger brands. The other thing is you very rarely see anybody else with a Vacheron on that is a similar watch in rose gold with a silver dial, and I just think that's beautiful as well.
That is a stunning watch. It's actually the same model, just the material different, right?
I believe so. Yeah, same size. The silver dial in comparison to the blue dial. They make this watch with a blue dial. They make both watches non-chrono. There's probably about 7 or 8 variations of the Overseas with the blue dial, ranging from very simple to probably right up to like a tourbillon model. It also comes with a blue rubber, which is the same as what's on there. It also comes with a brand new blue leather, and it has the deployant clasp, which is actually on there in rose gold.
And you can change it yourself, can't you?
That's what I was about to say. The best thing about it, it's very well designed and very clever, where you don't need any tools. You can interchange from any of the straps probably within about 2 or 3 minutes. So this is a brand new box, very fresh dated Rolex Batman Oyster bracelet 126710B LNR. We'll be selling this at around the 14,000 mark.
It's interesting, isn't it? The Batman seems to have been the most steady GMT.
Yeah.
You know, like you think the Sprite used to be above it, and now it's actually below.
I would say that it's one of the most popular watches that we sell. We've probably sold more of this watch with an Oyster and a Jubilee bracelet than anything else. Probably closely followed by the root beer, which is another GMT, the bimetal one with the rose gold.
Interestingly, the Batman's popular on the Oyster as well. Whereas
Yeah.
all the other ones seem to be Jubilee, Jubilee, Jubilee.
Yeah.
Whereas people seem to like the Batman on
Yeah.
well, the Batman as the Batman on the Oyster.
I think if you compare it to the Pepsi, the price of the Pepsi seems to fluctuate quite a bit. Like now, if you look at a brand new Jubilee one, it's probably around the £19,000 mark.
So that's went up if I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I saw them around 18 at one point.
They were probably closer to 17 for brand
Right.
new in the last sort of 12 months. What I think is they're more limited in the numbers compared to a Batman.
Right.
I think they're more difficult to get from an AD.
Do you think since the introduction of the Sprite, like at one point there was only the Pepsi and the Batman, right?
Yeah.
Well, and also there was the black GMT as well.
Yeah.
But that's gone. Now we've got a Bruce Wayne, we've got a Sprite as well in steel. So you've got 4 steel GMTs. So do you think the numbers of the Pepsi is even less than it used to be now that you've got 4?
Yes.
So that's why you may be sort of seeing the price of the Pepsi.
Yeah, I think there's less of them. I think more people are asking for them. I think the rumour every year that they can't make the red bezel and they're going to be discontinued. Not yet.
Sorry, I'm talking
no,
over you.
no. I'm sure it'll come. And I also think that the red and the blue is a nice combination. I think the Sprite over time has dropped. I think the Sprite has probably dropped £1,000 in value over the last 6 months. And I wouldn't say that's the case with a Batman or a Pepsi. I think with a Bruce Wayne, I think over time, if you think they're quite simple, they don't have a bright colour on them. I understand that sort of monochrome look is probably more fashionable, popular at the moment, but I think that it may be the case that over the next 18 months, they might steady off a bit more than they already have.
Could you see the Bruce Wayne going below the Batman?
I think it might settle at around the same sort of price. I think the Pepsi will always have quite a premium. And then you can also look at the rose gold bimetal version of the root beer and the yellow gold version of the Bruce Wayne, the GRNR.
And do you think with the Sprite, there was a lot of speculative buyers buying that? And now that the price has come down and the kind of hype has faded from it, what we're actually seeing is that the left-hand drive and the green just isn't as popular as the blue or the grey and black. Like, it's in terms of if people are just buying them to wear, they seem to prefer the blue and they seem to prefer the grey.
I think so. I like the Sprite because I wear a watch on my left hand and I like the crown to be away from my hand. So
yeah.
I do like the Sprite and I think they're very good value now.
Yeah.
But I think...
Because you're left-handed, but you would actually wear it on your left hand.
Yeah, but
do you always wear your watch on your left?
I always wear it on my left. I always have. And I've always had like a permanent bruise, like a dint on my hand.
Yeah, from
wearing a heavy watch on my left hand. So that's why I like the Sprite. But I also think that usually and typically anything green is popular with Rolex. So you just never know.
But it's funny, isn't it? Because the Starbucks as well. Like we were talking about the prices of those the other day. They're really quite reasonable compared to what they used to be. You know, like if people have had their eye on a Starbucks over the last 2-3 years, now they're like so much less.
When they first changed the Submariner mid-2020 and they brought out the new Starbucks, if you like, we sold the first one for maybe £20,000. I think if you look at a 2020 Hulk, which is the previous 116610 LV model, they are still probably £5,000 or £6,000 more than a like-for-like Starbucks. But what that means is, I think if you look at a brand new Submariner, they are probably £2,500 over the list price. I think to pay an extra £1,000 or even less for a one with the green bezel, I think they're a lot different, and I think they're very good value. I think the new Mark II bezel, I particularly like that green compared to the first generation one, if you like. But I think they're good value.
Okay, final box. What have we got?
We have another new box. Speak of the devil.
That wasn't planned.
It really wasn't. You've just watched me open the bag. This is very, very fresh, completely unworn, both swing tags, new box. This is the Mark II Rolex Submariner with the green bezel. The Starbucks, if you like, the new Kermit, whatever you want to call it, but as you can see, that is sparkling. It's brand new. And
where do you see that retailing?
under 13,000,
Yeah.
which, like I say, I see as very good value. If you think that even that Batman, which is 2025, will be at least £1,000 more than that.
But and even the price on that is you're paying a premium because it is 2025 date, it is brand new, unworn. Whereas like if you went for one that was 2 years old,
I think you could get a 2020 version of this watch, which is the new shape Submariner, 2020 Mark 1 bezel, full set for very close to £11,000.
Okay.
And again, that's very good value. So I had a guy came in recently and he had bought one from us when they first came out. His invoice said 19,950 and I was dreading that conversation, but he swapped it for a white ceramic Daytona, and at the time that would have been £10,000-15,000 more. So I think as long as you're moving from one watch to another in a part exchange, you're not cashing out effectively. So you're going from, you're getting the same value because the market price have went up and down together for both watches. So it's not the end of the world doing that. You're then getting good value in your new watch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Harry.
So case thickness is, I believe, 12 millimeters on this one.
Yeah.
Whereas on the 15500 on the white, it's 10. So it's like 2 millimeters difference.
Yeah.
But obviously you also then get the chrono as well, so it makes it feel a lot bigger. So they are both 41 millimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer that slimmer. I think it's too chunky for me, the other one.
There's the sleek way as well. Just so you can have a look at the size as well.
So that's 41 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the all 41, yeah.
I take it you can adjust strap relatively easily, yeah.
And then obviously you've got the open case back as well, which is a fantastic feature.
What year is this one?
2022, and that's online for 33,950.
I prefer that one. Do you know, because the white is nice. I think I prefer that.
Was this the one that you were originally interested in?
That's the one I've registered for at AP, but obviously I've got no buying history, so...
That is love. I love the face on that. It is just really thick, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like I say, between the two cases, the 2 millimeter difference, it seems quite small, but it's actually quite a lot, isn't it? Especially when it sits on the wrist.
To be fair, you know quite quickly when you try a watch on if it is the right one or it's not the right one.
Yeah.
You've got to look twice or three times.
Yeah. It's nice, that.
So they do a plain overseas, but that's the chrono one, so it's a bit bigger.
Is aftermarket improving on these?
They had like a massive demand for the blue one. They're very difficult to get. Yeah, the silver dial are probably much better value and easier to get. That came with like a grey brownie strap, and that somebody's added the blue strap to it.
I love those. So I've got the Rhodes, like the Pikachu on the Flex.
Yeah.
On my list at Rolex, and I ummed and ahed about that instead because I think it's just not everybody's got them, have they?
Yeah, well that's
especially
it.
Outside of London.
And I think it's one of my favourite brands. You don't see a lot of them here. The good thing is I know that stands out because it's rose gold and it's blue, but the steel one, people have no idea what the value is, which is a good thing, I suppose, when you're in the south.
You see waiting times come down on...
Well, in the past, people used to buy anything because they knew that they could resell it at a premium, whereas now there's probably, I don't know, 15-20% of the full stock that sells at a premium. The rest is available to us for less than the list price. So there's a lot of people saying no because they can't resell them at a profit, and we get offered probably the same watch 3 or 4 times now, because the chances are when Rolex ring a client, there's already so many people have said no to it. Yeah. People are buying watches that they like now. But yes, in answer to your question, the wait times I would suggest for a lot of watches is less.
Well, on the heavier gold pieces now, a lot of the heavier gold pieces people just aren't buying anymore.
Well, we were in Tenerife at Easter, and there's an AD across from where we normally stay.
Is it Ideal?
I think it is.
Is it the one
There's like
next to the
shopping centre across for a decade.
not the one next to the Hard Rock?
Yeah.
The circular one.
So I went in there on an evening, and
they had a ghosting. So I was like, can I try it on? Let me try it on. I went to take a picture, it was like that. No photos, no chance whatsoever. I was like, oh, how much? And he was like, oh, I can't do your Daytona, but literally every precious metal watch
You could add.
you could take it there and then.
Well, the only watch I've ever got from an AD was from that shop.
Really?
And it was a yellow gold Day 2 ruby dial. Back in the day, that must have been 2010. And I got it at a list and I got it at a discount. And that was the only time I've ever got a watch from an AD. But yeah, as I was saying, so the 2025 gold pieces now are just, compared to the market price for 24, there's like 10, 15,000 pound difference in some of them. Like a rupiah now, what's that, John?
The list price is 15,450.
No, the full gold one.
40,000-ish.
Close enough for 40, and we sell them for close enough to 30, so for the sake of a year, as I say, if you're going to keep the watch for a few years, the 1 year's difference doesn't make a massive difference when you ever come to sell it or part exchange it in. So we're seeing very few 2025 heavier pieces being offered to us. Well, no, we're seeing more 2025 pieces being offered to us, but the people who haven't bought them, they're just ringing us up for guidance to see if it's worth buying for them to sell. So these people are just trying to cling on to the flipping side of it, which isn't really available so much now when they're heavier pieces.
What's best you could take on that then?
We can do it for 33,750 and a free service. There you go. And yours will be done within 2 weeks. And you don't need to come all the way. You don't need to come all the way back up here. We're fully insured from our side up to 50,000, so we can just send it out there.
The next one I'm going to do in 2 parts. So we have, for people that know, we have a modern Patek travel case. The case that you would get when you send your watch back for service or it goes back to Patek. Oh, I don't know whether I might just keep this one. I might just, no, Vicky's next door, so we'll certainly not be keeping this one. Our illustrious leader, Jack, bought this at the weekend, again from a regular customer of ours, very, very particular. A watch that's very much in vogue at the moment, and it is your classic Patek Philippe Ellipse. 18 karat gold, yellow, with a good size bracelet. This is a small gentleman's watch of the era. I think it's early 70s. We have archive papers with it. December the 13th, 1974. Extract from the archives on the reference manual winding, 18 karat yellow gold, all the references, and you know, something that's a must with a vintage watch of this caliber. So I think it sits nice on the wrist. I think it's a good size. It is the epitome of yellow gold and the blue. It's in exceptional condition. There is no wear to the bracelet. The clasp is good.
How do they size that watch to your wrist?
If you had a big wrist, they would insert more metal. This, back in the day, would go to a goldsmith, a jeweller, and it would be taken down to, and then gold soldered back together. So once it's sized, it's pretty much sized. There is very much a little twist, and with this in the little magic bag is the original Patek Philippe box, which is catches the hinges a little bit degraded. It's got a few little marks on, but it's not as old as me, but it is a few years old. Now this is a set that comes with the watch, a set that's purchased with the watch. Don't see this every day. I think this is just incredible. Black leather with red leather on the inside. Little few marks, but all original. This is from 1974. So again, a
Very
good,
70s, isn't it?
expensive thing to buy if you can find a one. I'm like a big kid. I know I get a little bit excited and I know I get a little bit carried away. But when you see this, Harry, and the third one is what everybody needs in their life, is a Patek Philippe gold ingot inlaid in 18 karat gold, a pair of solid 18 karat gold cufflinks, Patek Philippe, and a Patek Philippe 18 karat gold money clip. Watch porn, if this is your thing.
You know, with that, I have no idea how much this watch is, but I would not be surprised if you told me that those accessories are worth as much as the watch.
Not far away. I think what you've got to appreciate is this is a set and it's being kept as a set. Jack has told me exactly what price this is going on for. This is going to be a YouTube, and not a deal of the week, not a deal of the day. It's a deal. This is going to be marketed at 19,950 quid, which I think is far too cheap. I know what the gold content is in these. There's about £4,000 worth of gold there. There was recently some of these on eBay just for the cufflinks, £2,500. I would love to think they would stay together, but if somebody wants to buy the watch, they can buy the watch. I wouldn't want to sell these without the watch going. So if somebody purchases the watch, then these can be sold, but I would like to keep them as a set. I'm going to get in touch with a few traders today, and I think the trade will pay that much money for this. So by the time this goes out, they may be sold if they're available. Again, if you'd like to come to Newcastle or you'd like to go to Mayfair in London and view these, they're in Newcastle at the moment. They'll be in London next day. I think this is just so special. Again, what a set. What a set.
See if you'd be interested. So it was purchased from yous. It's not in there, it's on yours. But everything else is in there.
Can you remember what you paid for it?
I actually can't because I traded a Tudor in as well at the time.
So it's a 2018 116710LN. If we were buying it, we would pay 7,800, and if you wanted us to sell it for you, I could return 8,300.
Okay, what was the general turnaround time for selling it on consignment?
They're a popular watch, and because it's an older model, they're good value.
Yeah.
So we probably sell 3 or 4 of them every month.
Yeah.
And with consignment, it's completely flexible, so we can try to sell it at any stage. If you want it back, you can take it back. If you want us to buy it, we'll buy it.
Yeah.
So
let us think about that consignment.
Yeah, no problem.
And then we'll decide from there, really.
Okay. Hi, John.
Hi, Jack.
How are you today?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking.
I just want to ask you about a watch.
Go on then.
Well, I think this is not one of, I think it is the nicest dialed white gold day date I've seen. The reference is
228239.
boom. Look at that dial. The blue ombre dial. I think it's nicer than the green ombre. I think it's nicer than the black grey chart. What do you call it?
So you get green ombre on the yellow, and then
Green ombre on the yellow.
Black.
Looks like a smoky grey black ombre on the rose.
But that is just different class, I think.
First one I've seen, Jack.
I think it's the second one I've seen.
But I just think they're quite underwhelming, some of the white gold dials.
I just think the contrast of the white
I
gold
think that's lovely.
and the blue.
Yeah.
Like, what's this?
Same as the olive, the rose and the white gold day 40s are 40,400.
So it's an overlist watch.
Yes, and if you think that a rose gold olive, you probably buy one a round list.
Yeah.
A little bit over for a 2025 maybe, but
If you think a rose gold olive was £75,000 in 2022, I think that we will sell for around 45,000.
Yeah, this watch I think is, I would definitely have that over an olive.
I think an olive's been my favourite watch for a long time. If you compare it even to the white gold olive, I think that's quite underwhelming.
For the amount of white gold olives we've had, for the amount of rose gold olives we've had, and rose gold day dates, yellow gold day dates, first to only see, well, I've seen 2 and then John's only seen 1. Bear in mind we sell over 200 watches a month here, and John's only ever seen that watch once. How long's it been out for, John?
I believe it came out
22.
Maybe 23. I haven't got a clue, to be honest, Jack. I'm just checking, but...
Well, wing it. When do you think it was out?
2023, if I had to guess.
Do what you do best, wing it.
All of these are 2025. I would say 24 or 25.
What's the list price on the 36?
The 36 is 37,000, but look, they do it as a diamond dial.
What's the list price on the 40?
40,400.
I know you don't go on gold weight now, but you keep talking about gold watches and the value in the gold and all of this bollocks, so to speak, because day dates, 40mm day dates are never, well, maybe it's one day in 50 years' time when gold keeps going up and up and up, there will be the value of the watch to the money, if you know what I mean. But I think £3,000 difference from a 36 to a 40, it's mad. Oh well, and anyway, it's a bloody lovely dial.
Thanks, Jack.
Watch of the day.
Watch of the day.